My Imaginary Girlfriend, The Adventures, opening track from the new album, and Terry and Pat are here. Hello, boys.
Hello, Johnny.
Hello. Is your microphone working, Pat?
I think so.
We know his is, right, okay.
It's not, it will be soon.
Right. A couple of people have been in touch before we start anything. Jared Nula and Bosco, and then Kevin says, ask The Adventures, when they're next playing the Empire, start earlier, because we had to miss the last tunes to get the train home. See, there's a lesson for you. Your older audience, you see.
I'm aware of that, and it's the Empire decree when we start. It's never.
Is that right? Aye.
And I think it's getting tougher and tougher for people to get home late at night.
It is. I mean, that's why there's been a whole uplift in early gigs, and that's it. People want to get home.
That needs to be addressed. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Point taken.
No problem. Johnny, get the boys to say hello to Brona Donnelly and Louise Carville.
Hello, Brona.
Right.
Hello, Louise.
Yes.
There you are, girls. Your time.
We know them well.
And there's loads of these coming in. It's like having One Direction in the studio. You know, all these like fan messages. Okay.
It's no direction.
Not quite.
Big Smokey says best band ever from here. So there you go. And
I agree with that. Yeah.
Yes, Terry, will you say hello to Susie, who's in California?
Susie, I love you dearly. And can you bring the weather over to Belfast with you, because it's really cold, but it's April. Susie, if you knew Susie like I knew Susie.
Right, that'll do.
Oh.
This is like one of these, remember weren't you in the front of Jackie or My Guy or something like that years ago?
All those things, yeah.
Oh, right, that's what it's like.
I used to be handsome, actually.
Although there, Jared says, ask Terry how Spurs are doing.
I'll tell you in about 2 hours' time.
Right, yeah, I know. So all these messages are coming in, which we don't normally get for this type of interview, but there you go. Listen, the album, you happy with it, Pat?
Yeah, really delighted with it. I, in my opinion, it's the best thing we've ever done. And it's been very, very well received.
Listen, considering the body of work that you have, that's a big statement, you know?
Yeah, but I think it is. I think I think the songs are the best written songs, and I like the way Terry and Eileen are singing these days. I just think there's something, Terry's maybe not as high and sweet as he once was, but there's a lived-in, real thing happening there.
There's an earthiness, I suppose.
I think the way we recorded...
Get you closer to the microphones there, please.
The way we recorded it was actually very informal. We did it in one of Pat's spare bedrooms. We just came up sort of piecemeal.
Are you serious? Was it done?
Yeah.
All the vocals were.
Yeah. And so it was very informal. We do a bit, and then we go down and sit in the garden for a while and have a cup of tea, and then go back and do another bit, So it was very laid back. What I love about it is the sound of it. I think Eileen sounds brilliant on it, because there isn't as much production on the whole thing, although it sounds... I'm talking about the vocal sound, I think that...
Do you know what I think as well? I think because you don't sing quite as high as you once did, it means Eileen's in a range now, just above you, that's much better for her, where there's more personality in her voice.
Yeah.
I think that's worked.
It does sound great. I mean, I'm not arguing the fact that it's your best album. I think it is too. And I love the other albums, but it is just... were a lot of these songs, striving to get out for years from you?
Only a couple of them. There's a couple from a while ago that would be Lucy and... what's that one? To Whom It Concerns.
Yes.
The rest are all pretty much written in and around lockdown.
Yeah. They're terrific. That was a very 80s kind of one, My Imaginary Girlfriend, with that aha type piano motif. But Blinding Lights and all in recent years was the biggest selling single, just copying the same kind of thing,
I watched... Have you seen that documentary, that aha film documentary?
No.
Oh, it's brilliant. You have to see it. It's like really candid, really revealing.
I haven't seen it.
And I was watching that, and we were recording that song at the time, and I thought a synth hook would be great on that. Yeah. And that's how that was born, that synth hook. But that was an afterthought.
Very much in vogue for a lot of the young ones and all as well,
Yeah. I think we decided we wanted to be ourselves. There's no point. As well as they're having... The way people buy music is different now, but as well as that, there's been so many musical changes as well. And there's no point in us trying to be a rap band or anything, or to try to keep up with trends. And so we just wanted to be like us, to sound like us.
Found out. If you try to jump on bandwagons,
but I suppose at the core, the Adventures are always known for just great songs, Seriously. So that's what this album's about.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah,
for
it's
sure.
about songs.
I wanted to, Pat, with the cats, what's this about? Who's sitting with the cats?
Well, there's two things. During lockdown, we were at our garden a lot, drinking coffee. You know that first 3 weeks when the weather was great?
Yeah.
And there's two cats from next door. There's one called Oscar and one called Rocco. Rocco's the best cat I've ever known.
Right.
But I was thinking about, so we were out drinking and the cats were around all the time every day. But I also remember when I was growing up in West Belfast, our backyard was full of cats every day, and me and my brother used to have a name for every one of them. So it's kind of both of those.
Yeah.
And that's it. Hanging out at the back with the cats.
The album, variety of styles, Pat. I mean, when I heard the first one, I went, whoa, that's very 80s riff, as we spoke about. But you go down into basically country rock and whatever else. It's just, again...
It's just whatever it was. As Terry says, it's song-based, and all of these things would be this... At one time or another, we're into it,
Yeah.
This thing of trying to make every song sound the same, and it all has to sound like it's come from the same thing. I've never been a big advocate of that. What are we going to say?
Well, I was going to say that we spent a bit of time picking through the songs and making sure that they fitted together musically and, conceptually or whatever, made sure that they...
Get out of here, conceptually.
Like,
I think you are.
It was just old-fashioned, to make it sound like an album, to make it sound like it is...
Next year was saying it's a sonic cathedral or something, it's like...
Well, it is, of course. It's that as well, John,
No, but it is great. There's a variety of...
I must give a mention to Frankie McClay up at Einstein Studios.
He's great, isn't he?
He is sensational.
Yeah.
He's done a fantastic job.
Not that we're besmirching anybody else recording locally, but
no,
go and see Frankie.
We've had a great time working with Frankie.
The thing is, it's always going to sound like us anyway, with myself and Eileen singing.
Yeah.
So it's going to sound like us.
Yeah.
So whatever I say, we didn't back off from trying to make it sound like The Adventures.
No, listen, it's classic pop. And what I love about a lot of the backing vocals, I hope you don't mind, it's pure 60s.
Yeah.
Doo-wop.
That's the best.
It's the mamas and
say.
papas.
Absolutely.
Doo-wop.
It really is.
Well, when has that been beaten?
Well, that's true. But it's such feel. I can feel my, even talking about it, I'm tingling here. Because when I first heard it, I was going, whoa, it's just such...
I tingle.
I tingle. Peter used to know.
Peter used to know. My choice is for you.
I tingle.
That's the best moment of that movie.
It's Spartacus, by the way, folks. And if you don't know it, you're barred. I tingle.
It's brilliant.
But it's such feel good. It's so uplifting, when you hear the vocals.
I think
the backing vocals.
Eileen made her debut as a lead singer on this one. I think her track's fabulous. I think it really Lucy.
Yeah,
it's called. I think.
Well, I want to talk to you about that in a minute, but. The song "When the Sun Goes Down," is there a story about that? Because actually on this album, I think you mentioned the sun going down in 3 different songs. You're obsessed with it.
It used to always be rain. At least there's some sunshine now. Yeah. Well, no, that song is just about getting old.
Oh, right, okay. Okay. Yeah, now you've cheered us all up. People asking, because of people on here from England and Scotland as well, do you only ever gig in Belfast?
Well... It's always a case of if we can get our profile up high enough, then we could, it would be cost effective to go beyond here. But as things stand, that's difficult. I was reading about some girl who did a British tour recently, sold out British tour, and lost 14 grand on it.
Whoa.
It's not easy.
Yeah.
It's so, there's 7 of us when we play a gig, so you can imagine the logistics of taking that out somewhere. It'd be nice to go over and play a couple of gigs over in England.
Yeah. Sure, your contacts, you're all friendly Bananarama and all of your mates,
In fact, we need tour support, Cherry Red.
Yes.
Hello.
Cherry Red's the record label, folks.
Yeah,
again, which brings me to loads of people, where can they get the album?
Well, via Cherry Red.
Do you have to send away for it, or that kind of thing?
I think. Well, it's in HMV, but I don't know. I don't know if it's stocked here in Belfast or whatever. But basically, if you go online, you'll get it on Amazon or HMV or Cherry Red. There's lots of places advertising the record now.
Right, good. And again, when you're going to the Adventures, the album you're looking for is Once More with Feeling. Nice photograph as well, the front.
Yeah.
Who took that?
Well, a guy. what's his name, Terry? Oh,
well, it was designed by a very well-known record company, sleeve
really
designer,
nice guy.
that Johnny's looking up. The
He's from
cover of
Yorkshire guy.
All right, okay.
Very nice
Yes.
man. I do apologise.
It's a lovely
for not remembering
photograph.
off the top of my head.
It's lovely.
But it was his idea. That was his concept.
And the music is absolutely fantastic.
It is, I have to say. There's someone saying that the harmonies sound like early Queen. Right, well, there you go. If you had one of their studios now, Pat, you'd still be there doing backing vocals. So, gig in the Empire in January, is there?
Well, we hope to do something before then.
Oh, I would. Well, that was, that's where I'm leading to. Yeah, please.
Well, we're talking about that now. I have nothing to announce yet, but
Using the most easygoing, casual, it's like, I will organise something,
Well, what we're trying to do is fingers are in the pie at the moment. We're trying to get together some festivals, probably maybe do some of the festivals during July and August.
Yeah.
So check local press and every other kind of press for
Right.
details.
Hopefully. Right. I want to squeeze another song in. Again, just to highlight the different sounds and different genres basically covered in the album. The song Lucy.
yeah,
Did you write this with Kathy Dennis?
yeah, a long time ago.
Hold on, I'll explain who Kathy Dennis is. She's written about 1 million top 10 hits, and she wrote Can't Get You Out of My Head for Kylie.
And she co-wrote I Kissed a Girl and I Liked It. She
Yeah.
co-wrote or wrote Toxic for Britney.
And how did,
Had a lot of
with
huge-
the greatest of respect, how did you end up sitting writing with Kathy Dennis then?
Because she was managed by Simon Fuller. In fact, they were once an
right.
item.
Yeah.
But and it was during the S Club 7 thing, and we were put together to try to write a single for S Club 7, which didn't work. Let me tell you, that didn't work. But Kathy, I think, subsequently wrote some stuff for them as well. But anyway, on the same session, this song was born, and shortly after, our niece Lucy Michael Hatton was born.
Yeah.
And I remember giving the CD. It never became a record or anything, but we'd made a demo of it, and I gave the demo to my brother-in-law Adrian and his wife Anne, and a long time passed, 24 years at least passed, and Lucy was killed here in Belfast. Drunk guy mounted the curb, killed her, and at Lucy's service, Eileen sang an excerpt from this song.
Yeah.
Me and Eileen did the service. Terry was there, and after the thing, Terry said, "That was really lovely. If we ever make a record, we should try to include that."
Yeah.
So when we got round to doing this, that's what happened. We did the recording. It was Terry's idea to do it, and it's worked out great.
Okay, well, we'll have a listen to this then. And Eileen sings, of course.
It's Eileen's first lead. Well, Curve Kildare years ago, but this is her on an album, proper track. This is her debut.
So now it's Eileen's band, is what you're telling me, yeah?
It always has been.
Yeah, it has been.
You say it again.
Right. Eileen, they said to call you Janine, and you're designing astrological T-shirts.
Janine.
Listen, boys, if there's a gig coming up, let us know. Please, as soon as you can. And not only for me, there's loads of people getting in touch here wanting to know. You can't just limit it to every January, you know what I mean?
No, we'll try to do something in the not too distant future.
Okay. Pat, Terry, thanks very much, lads.
Pleasure,
Thank you.
John.
Cheers now.